Hello dear students, in our previous session we have discussed about World Wide Web, differentiates between www and internet. We have also discussed about internet terminology in which we have discussed client, server, blogger, news and URL, web client, web browser. Along with this we have also covered the topics web server and portals, the components of a website and web pages. Now, in this chapter or in this module, we are going to cover more about web pages, how the web page work, differentiate between a web page and a website, web browsers, types of blogs, news groups, elements of URL. So let's begin with the chapter. So we have discussed about a web page in our previous session. Now it's time to discuss how web page work. A web page is viewed through a web browser on a computer or a mobile device. The working of a web page is successful only when a user can view it successfully. For a web page to work properly, it has to undergo following three states: creation of web page, uploading, publishing the web page, and retrieval. In creation of web page, a web page is created with proper coding depending upon its content type. In uploading and publishing the website, the web page is loading on the web servers. In other words, the web page is published. And in retrieval, the web page is delivered to user's computer in a web browser for viewing. I have given a figure also in which they are showing the working of web page. Just go through this figure. Now let us discuss about the differentiate between web page and website. A website is a composed of group of web pages linked together. That means a website refers to a central location on a web server that contains more than one web page. A website may have just a home page, or it may have many internal web pages in addition to the home page. The complete website contains many web pages like home page, content demo page, about us page, register page, fact page, and contact us page. Each of the above mentioned are individual web pages, but together these all make the website. Now it's time to discuss the web browsers. A web browser is a program that lets you visit different sites on the net and display their office scripts on your computer. Especially, browsers are intended to let you access resources on World Wide Web. The hypertext files discussed earlier in this chapter, however, you can use a browser to access other types of file systems as well. There are many web browsers available in the market, for example, Google Chrome, Mosaic, Netscape, Navigator, Internet Explorer, Safari, Opera, etc. But only few of them, such as Netscape Navigator, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and Microsoft Internet Explorers, appear just about everywhere. Graphical browser: text, images, audio, video and are retrievable through a graphical software programs such as Internet Explorer, Firefox, Netscape, Mozilla, Opera, and Chrome, etc. These browsers are available for Windows, Apple, Linux, and other operating systems. Navigation is accomplished by pointing and clicking with the mouse on highlighted words and graphics, that is on hyperlinks. Text-only browser: Linux is a browser that provides access to the web in text-only mode. Navigation is accomplished by highlighting emphasized words in the screen with the arrow up and down keys and then pressing the enter key. That means we people are working in a graphical browser in which we usually type whatever we want to search, and we just go on the search option. Names of various web browsers they have given: Mozilla Firefox, as we have discussed earlier. Now let us talk about blogs. A blog is a kind of website. The term blog is the shortened form of web log, a diary or journal on the web. The owner of the blog writes on the blog and it's known as blogger or the author of the blog. The activity of updating or writing for a blog is called blogging. The blogger writes periodically about a certain topic of his or her choosing, personal experience, thoughts, hobbies, political aspiration, etc. The blogger can provide links to other websites that he or she thinks might interest in the audience. The updates put on the blog by the blogger are called blog spots. Types of blogs. There are 4 types of blogs: personal blog, news and views, company blogs, and micro blogs. Personal blogs are the blogs that we are creating for our personal use or to share our personal ideas. News and reviews. This type of blogs contain factual stories about news maintained by journalists. Company blogs. Many companies run blogs to let their customers and clients know about what is going in the company. And micro blogs. This is a new type of blog where one can post very short comments that others can follow. Twitter is the best example of this microblog. Now, advantages and disadvantages of blog we have given in the form of a table. It enables you to write down your own thoughts. And the disadvantage is that whatever you publish is available for everyone to see. If you write a post in anger, you might regret later. Easy to set up, do not need much technical knowledge. Personal blogs may be biased or contain inaccurate information. People can leave comments on your blog. People may leave rude or inappropriate comments also. So these are all the disadvantages and advantages of a blog. You just go through this table. Now let's talk about web address or URL. A location on a net server is called a website. Each website has a unique address called URL. Uniform Resource Equator. Example, the website of Microsoft is an address or URL called http://www.microsoft.com. A URL is also referred to as web address sometimes. Elements of a URL: the type of server or protocol, the name address of the server on the internet, the location of the file on the server. These are all the elements of URL. So in simple words, we can say that a location on internet server is called a URL. Suppose the address of a website, or we can say the address of a website, is also known as a URL, because URL is responsible to hold the address of a particular website. Now let's discuss news groups. A news group or forum is like a community bulletin board. You can post a message, reply to a message, or just read messages. When a user sends a message, the news server posts it for everyone to read. Other members of the news group can now respond to your message. Groups of related messages are known as threads. Examples of some news groups are alt.tennis, alt.astrology, com.language.c++, etc. Now, using a news group. News group is basically useful to search for an HTML news group. We first open club site of Yahoo. We open the page groups.yahoo.com. A message can be read by clicking at its title. Only you can reply a message by clicking at reply button. Now the most important topic is HTML. We have discussed this language earlier in the classes and in the previous section also. But here I am giving you a brief introduction of HTML. The World Wide Web is an exciting new medium bringing information, image, and advertising and what not to every desktop. Do you know that everything that you see on the web is documented in a special language called HTML or hypertext markup language? That means whatever we see on internet, the graphics, the colorful Google and everything, that is all is written in the another language, that is HTML. This language tells the browser like Mosaic or Netscape or Internet Explorer how to display text, picture and links on the screen. HTML was invented by Tim Berners-Lee in 1990s. Its full form is Hypertext Markup Language. There are certain terms that are related in HTML. One of the term is hypertext. Hypertext means a text, a special type of text. It is just the way web operates. You can find many links on a web page, clicking on which takes you to other web pages. So hypertext is a special type of digital text that contains links to other text. Markup, it refers to special symbols or instructions indicating the format, style or structure. Markup language, it is a set of standards to create an appropriate markup scheme for an electronic document such as web page. As we have discussed earlier also, there are several tags in HTML. In detail, we will learn about HTML in the upcoming chapters. Now let us discuss about protocols. Protocols, or in other words we can say rules. A protocol is a system of rules that defines how something is to be done. In computer terminology, a protocol is usually an agreed upon or standardized method for transmitting data or establishing communication between different devices. That means protocols are the set of rules that defines how the computer will work or how the computer will follow the transmitting data and signals between the devices. In the following lines, we are discussing the most common protocols of WWW, which are HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. Firstly, we will discuss about HTTP. Hypertext refers to special format of the text that contains links to other text, as we have discussed earlier also. Just the way we find links on a web page which lead to other pages. To create such pages, hypertext files are created. The hypertext transfer protocol in an access method used on internet. It is a primary access method for interacting with internet. The HTTP generally works in combination with www. The HTTP is responsible for accessing hypertext document on World Wide Web. Since www is a system governing the use of multimedia files on the net, and the hypertext files support multimedia. When the first part of the URL denotes HTTP, example http /www.w3schools.com, it indicates the local software on your machine to accept a HTTP file. Now the time to discuss HTTPS. HTTPS is another text exchange protocol that has a full form of Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. In other words, HTTPS protocol ensures the security of the text information being transferred over www. In simple words, it can be said that HTTP is unsecure connection link, whereas HTTPS is a secure connection link between computer and the other peripheral devices, or between a client and a server. How to check if your connection is secure? Before keying any personal financial information on any website, make sure that the URL starts with HTTPS and there is a padlock sign on the navigation bar or the footer of your browser as shown in the figure. Now let us discuss the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. HTTP, it is a system for transferring information over internet without any security feature, whereas HTTPS is a system of transferring information that encrypts and sends information over a secure connection. HTTP is useful for sending non-sensitive information. HTTPS is useful for transferring, exchanging sensitive information, that means confidential information that can be shared with the help of HTTPS. It does not require any additional technology for data exchange transfer, that means HTTP does not require any additional technology, whereas HTTP requires an additional SSL, that means secure sockets layer technology for exchange of data. From this table, you will easily find out the basic difference between HTTP and HTTPS, how they relate with each other and how they differentiate with each other. This can be understood with the help of this table. So here we have completed with our lesson number 1. I have given you with the complete description of the chapter. Also, I am giving you a small summarized form of this chapter in the form of let us revise. Some terms are there. You just go through these terms. In my next session, I will provide you with the notes of this chapter. Till then, you just go through this chapter yourself.